Hello, Hawks. Mr. Bradford here, principal of Heath High School. Wanted to first welcome everyone back. We hope that you had some good time away, a little bit longer than we anticipated, but I do want you to know that we are anxious and excited for you to come back to campus. Part of coming back to campus, though, is a little bit of some changes in our policies and procedures and how we do things. We know for our sophomores, juniors, and seniors, you have an experience here at Heath High School, but we want to make sure that you do understand some of the changes that we have made for your safety and security. For the freshmen, incoming freshmen from both Kane and Utley, we welcome you and hope that you enjoy your experience here at Rockwall Heath High School, but know that we are going to make sure that you have all the understandings of how things work here at Heath High School, particularly in this time where we're focusing on our safety and security. So we want to make sure that everything is clear and that everybody has a good understanding of what we're doing and what's expected of you. So we are going to put together a video, a little showcase of what a day would look like as a student from the time that you exit your vehicle until the time that you exit and leave in your vehicle. So we have Mr. Eric Torrance, who's one of our assistant principals, who's going to help us with that. So at this time, welcome Mr. Eric Torrance.
All right, so Hawks, when you arrive at school on any given morning, if you're driving yourself, being dropped off by parents, or if you're riding a bus, you have two sets of doors you can enter the building: the student parking lot doors or the doors between the library and the counselor suite. As you walk toward those doors, you will have faculty or staff here to greet you, to welcome you here every day to the school, and they will check for your ID and face covering. Without those two things, you will not be able to enter the building. Once you have gotten access to the building, you will then proceed to your first period class. If you want to get breakfast, then just go into the cafeteria. It's a grab and go, get your breakfast, and then head to your first period class. If you're a student without a first period, we ask that you stay home until your first period starts if you drive yourself, or if you do not drive and you have to come to school and wait around for your second or fifth period, you will be put in a Hawk Center. There you will wait with a staff member until it's time to proceed to your second or fifth period class. In the classroom, desks have been socially distanced for safety. Students will be placed at a desk that is socially distant from one another. And while in the classroom, students are to wear their face covering at all times. Okay, so if you happen to get sick while at school, you'll be taken to the nurse's clinic. While you're there, of course, you'll be wearing your mask, socially distanced. And if you do need to go home because you're running fever or you have some kind of COVID-type symptoms, we'll ask that your parents pick you up within 30 minutes to an hour, and you'll be escorted out of the school through the student entrance. If you have to check out of school during the day, we ask that your parents email the attendance office, or they may call to let the attendants know that you need to check out for whatever reason. And once your parents are here to pick you up, you'll be called out of your class, and you'll be able to leave the building through the student entrance. So your parents will need to pick you up through the student entrance if they are checking you out during the day. During lunch, students are going to social distance to the cafeteria wearing their masks, enter the lunch lane, and during that time you will use your ID to scan for your lunch, and you will social distance in the cafeteria. There will be a limited amount of space in the cafeteria, so we are allowing students to eat in their teacher's classroom this year. So I know that we all love going to the library and hanging out, but this year we are not going to be allowed to do that. The library will be closed during the school day. The only time you'll be allowed into the library is if your teacher has reserved a time for the class to go there. So do not expect to get to hang out in the library during the school year. Students need to see the counselor will need to fill out a Google Doc that will be located outside the counselor suite. There's a QR code that you can scan to quickly access the Google Doc. Once the Google Doc is filled out, you will be called down by your counselor. Remember that you are not allowed to just randomly show up to the counselor's office. You must fill out the Google Doc before you're allowed to see your counselor this school year. Students traveling by bus to the Gene Burton College Career Center will enter the buses from the main reception desk doors. Buses will be located out front this school year. This is different from last year. So once again, if you are traveling to the Gene Burton College Career Center by bus, the buses are located out front of the school. Students with release periods during the school day are asked to leave the building. Please do not hang around in the building. If you are off during the school day, please leave the building. If you are an upperclassman and you have first or eighth period off and you ride the bus, we will allow you to hang out in the Hawk Center. Again, socially distanced, wearing your mask during the school day. At the end of the day, when you're leaving the school, we will dismiss by hallways. to avoid crowds in the hall. When you do leave the building, please make sure you are practicing social distancing. You do have your mask on and you're heading directly outside. That is to meet your parents, or you're driving home yourself, or you're riding a bus. Students who will wait on the bus, you are allowed to stay in the cafeteria. Of course, if you are in the cafeteria at the end of the day, you will need to wear your face covering and social distance while in the cafeteria. So the district has provided our school with signs on the floor. These signs are going to help with the traffic flow and also to keep us socially distanced from one another. So please make sure you're paying attention to the flow of traffic up and down the stairs, of course, and when you're in the hallways. Again, maintaining your social distance, wearing your face covering. We hope that you have enjoyed the video, and we hope that the video was informative to you and allowed you to see some of the protocol that we're gonna have to use this school year. Remember that we are better together if we're all working together to make the school safe. Just know that teachers are working so hard right now, getting their classroom ready, their instruction ready for you guys in a few weeks. So thank you so much for your time, and we cannot wait to see you on August 26th. Go Hogs!